What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel and this Marvel Avengers videos. Today we're going to talk about the comics, the bonuses they provide with each set, the max tier that I am predicting that you can earn as far as percent increase to each stat, and the characters that I feel are being teased and will be coming soon to the game and why. And if you're looking for more Marvel Avengers content, including guides, tips, and lore, please do consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like on this video. I do very much appreciate it. And without further ado, let's talk about the stats specifically that will change as we go through these comic sets. Heroic charge rate, willpower recovery effectiveness, maximum willpower, which is basically how much HP you have, the percent chance for a perk to activate, the amount of stun and status meter change that you do to enemies, a percent boost to your crit chance, and a percent increase to your status resistance. All of these comic sets, except for the Avengers Set 1, provide a small boost to these stats I just listed off. I will leave a link in the description to a Google Doc that has each of these percent increase at Tier 1 and what they'll look like at Tier 2 and 3. The too long, don't want to go look version is if you collect each comic for every single set, you will have, at Tier 1, you will have a 3.5%, a 4%, or a 7% increase to each of these stats. I know this because I've actually collected all of the comics that are currently available in the game. The Thor set, the Captain America set, Hulk, Iron Man, Ms. Marvel, Black Widow, as well as the Avengers Legacy set, Classics Set 1, and Generations. Avengers Set 1 is the only set currently that we can collect that has modifiers for a different set, and we'll get to that in a second, but I wanted to mark on Classics Set 1. That can only mean to me that in the future we will have a Classics Set 2 and maybe even a Classics Set 3. The reason why I'm leaving Avengers 1 and the Legacy set out of that for a second is I've got a theory on what those comic covers mean, as well as Generations. At Tier 2, as I've got a few comics already there's another 0.5% increase. If that trend stays the same, you will have a 0.5% increase to all of those stats, bringing those possible stat bonuses to 7, 7.5, or 14% at Tier 2. And at Tier 3, if that 0.5% increase continues, you will have a 10.5, 11.5, and a 21% boost to your status stun meter change. If you want the specific stat boost to each tier for each comic collection, go ahead and check out that Google Sheet link in the description below. The Avengers Set 1, like I said earlier, is the only set that has a set of different stat modifiers. These comics affect your crit damage, your melee damage, your heroic damage, your armor stat, and your ranged damage. The numbers here differ just a little bit, but the stat boost is still the same. At Tier 1, there's a 0.5% or a 1% chance increase, and in Tier 2, it moves up to 1% or 1.5%, and at Tier 3, it's 1.5 or 2%. Now let's get into how I feel these heroes are being teased. First, let's take a look at Avengers Set 1. On the cover of Avengers number 122, 1963, prominently featured on the cover of this comic is Vision, Black Panther, and one Scarlet Witch. If you haven't already heard, Black Panther, Vision, and Scarlet Witch were on a list of leaked hero names that data miners collected. As you move forward, you see Hawkeye on the cover of Secret Avengers number 2, and that's significant because Hawkeye's already coming to the game. If you move forward into Avengers number 1, 1963, you've got two of the first founding Avengers in Ant-Man and Wasp, along with Thor, Hulk, and Iron Man fighting Loki. Moving forward into Avengers number 4 in 1963, once again featured prominently are Ant-Man and Wasp, along with Captain, Thor, and Hulk, and one Submariner. Some awesome Redditors have been hinting at the potential for not just Wakanda to be coming up as a heroic raid site, but also that Atlantis would be an awesome hint at a site. And this is where I feel like they're hinting at that potential as an outpost in Atlantis. Now let's get into the Generation series, because this is where it gets interesting for me. I've mentioned in a previous video how the faction store merchant is one Maddie Cho. Maddie Cho is the sister to one Amadeus Cho, who is featured on the cover of 2 of the Generations set. So to me, given that we have a set of similar comic covers with Hawkeye and Hawkeye, one Kate Bishop and Clinton Barton, we have 2 there. That gives me an idea that we may indeed get our Hulk clone in one Amadeus Cho. And finally, we have Sam Wilson and Steve Rogers, Captain America and Captain America. We already got a hint that Falcon would be coming to the game as well, in those same leaked files as the other heroes, so it wouldn't surprise me once again if they are using these comic book covers that we can collect to tease future heroes. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below. I'd really be interested to hear your guys' opinions, as well as who you'd like to see them add to the game. For now, that's it. Be sure to check out that Google Sheets document in the description below to see those stat percent boosts that you can gain and unlock. And if you guys have any changes to it, make sure to comment on the Reddit thread that contains it. For now, that's it. Stay out of trouble, make good choices, and may the Force be with you.